So I got a big pile of books that I don't know what they are, but I know at some point they sounded interesting to read. So hello everyone, it's Kendra. Today we're going to be talking about some cheap books. I cannot believe my hair held up this well. I did this yesterday, and this is after I slept on it and just added a little more texture spray. Sometimes my hair is magic. Also, I was getting ready to film this video. Sometimes the getting ready part is like what you need more than the actual getting ready. Do you know what I mean? Like, I had a good playlist going and I just jam out, and sometimes I just break into dance and I just have to sing and I just have to forget about my makeup. Those are the best times, right? I was listening to one of the songs I was listening to was off the newer Miley Cyrus album. I don't remember what it's called. I'll insert a little picture of what the album looks like, but even if you are not normally a Miley Cyrus fan, go check it out because she has songs featuring some 80s artists, and it has some really good 80s nostalgic vibes. She's got some collabs with Billy Idol, Stevie Nicks, Joan Jett, some really good ones, so go check it out. Yeah, but anyway, let's get into some books. So what I did was I screw this up every time I talk about it. I went to Goodreads. I consulted my want to read list, and that is really what I do with Goodreads. Is anytime I hear a book that I'm like, I think that sounds interesting, I may want to read that someday, add to the want to read list on Goodreads. Doesn't matter if I own it or not, that's where it goes. So I consulted that list. Any book that I didn't own that I want to read, I added to my wish list on thrift books. Put all those books on my wish list, and any of them that were $5 or less, I added to my cart. And those are all the books that we're talking about today. So sorry that was a really long intro, but let's jump into all the books now. So these I think are just going to be in alphabetical order because that is the way I had them up on my shelf already in my books that I haven't read. And so I just pulled them off in alphabetical order. So speaking of that, how do you guys organize your shelves? Because so many people on BookTube, I feel like, organize by genre or color, or they do rainbow shelves. I would never be able to do that. I always just separate it into, well, I have way more shelves than what you can see here, but I have a section of books that I have read that I own and books that I have not read that I own. Fiction, non-fiction, whatever genre, doesn't matter. They all get combined in alphabetical order by author last name, like a library, and I feel like it makes my shelves look so beautiful because I feel like I'm normally so particular about organization that this makes it beautiful in the organized chaos that it is. I don't know if that makes any sense. Again, I'm rambling, so let's get into all the books. First book is Moonlight by, I really don't have a good grasp on what these books are, so let's just go there, and if I make mistakes, then I make mistakes. Moonglow by Michael Chabon. Michael Chabon. I'm gonna go with that. National Book Critics Circle Award finalist. I don't know what that means. New York Times bestseller. Must be good, right? I've heard some people talk about this. I got a lovely used copy. I have no idea what this is about. Honestly, I think most of these I have no idea what this is about. So I'm sorry if I keep saying that, but I just thought it would be fun to figure out what books were the cheapest that I wanted to read. And because they were the cheapest, I can afford them the most. And so I got a big pile of books that I don't know what they are, but I know at some point they sounded interesting to read. So here's number 1. Okay, moving on to number 2 of the books that I have no idea what they're about. And that is Less by Andrew Sean Greer. National bestseller, winner of the Pulitzer Prize. I recommend it with my whole heart by Anne Patchett. I don't know who that is, I'm sorry. Who says you can't run away from your problems? Brilliantly funny. Ooh, I mean, it sounds like it's gonna be really good. But yeah, there's this one. The next one is A Little Something Different by Sandy Hall. This one I've actually owned before. I decluttered it at some point, I think, because I hadn't read it in so long. I owned it for so long, hadn't read it, and then I'm like, okay, I'm moving. I can't ship and haul that many books, so I got rid of it, but it was really, really cheap. So I bought it again, and I really need to read it because I think it does sound cute. This one, actually, I do know a little bit about what it is. From what I know, it's a romantic comedy, and it's from multiple different perspectives. Even like a squirrel is a perspective in this book. I think dealing with a couple who like is in park, maybe, judging by the cover. But yeah, short and sweet. That's this one. The next one is Never Let Me Go by Kazu, I think it's Kazu Ishiguro. I'm gonna butcher everyone's names all the time. And honestly, I don't feel that bad about it because people butcher my name all the time and I'm not ever offended by it, so I hope y'all can feel the same way. This one I can tell is gonna be sad. I don't remember what it's about. This one has a lot of bent pages. It definitely looks more worn than some of the other books. So maybe that means it's more well loved. Maybe that means this is gonna be a really good one. I have heard good things about it, so I kind of love that this has like, honestly, some like water damage and like crinkliness. I love a new book, but I also really love a good used book too, so. Okay, the next and smallest book in my pile is Forbidden by Beverly Jenkins. From what I know about this one, obviously a romance novel, historical romance. I believe this is about like a slave girl falling in love with someone she's not supposed to. And that is really all I know. Kind of a theme here, like I said in the beginning, but it's kind of, well, it's chunky, but the writing is pretty big. I mean, it's a mass market paperback, obviously. 370. That's really not that bad, honestly. So I really have not read historical romance much at all, so this one I think should be good. The next one, I had no idea how short it was, and this is Passing by Nella Larson. It is really skinny, but I think it is like, it says, well, there's different parts. Is this like a play? I don't think so. I think it's just a big yet skinny novel. But yeah, I have heard good things about this one as well. It should be short and sweet. Yeah, that's this one. Ooh, the next one is a non-fiction, and that is Brain, sorry about the glare, Brain Rules by John Medina. It says most of us have no idea what's really going on inside our heads. I think you could count me in on that. I don't know what's going on up there half the time. I think this one, what is this one even supposed to be mostly about? How do we learn? What exactly do sleep and stress do to our brains? Why is multitasking a myth? Why is it so easy to forget? I honestly, the brain and how human beings think just kind of fascinates me. It's so interesting. And I don't want to ever make a career out of it, but I just find it fun to learn about those things. So, yeah. I think it should be a relatively easy read. I feel like it should be. I'm hoping that it is not too scientific and that it reads, like, nicely. So it's easy to learn from anyway. But it is a decent size. And it's a large book. It's bigger than my head. So, yeah, brain rules. Okay, second to last one here. And that is Twelveth Night. Okay, sorry. The card got full, so I had to reconfigure some things. So the next one that I got is a No Fear Shakespeare, and it is Twelveth Night by William Shakespeare, obviously. I've never read this one. I haven't read a lot of Shakespeare actually, but I heard this one was a comedy, so I thought I'd try it out. And apparently Ben Richard used to own this book. Hi Ben Richard, how'd you enjoy it? Must have been pretty good because he wrote his name there and there. Anyway, the final book that I purchased on my whole list of books on my want to read that were less than $5 is The Glass Castle by Jeanette Walls. I love this cover even though it's so plain. I don't know why, but I've heard this is very good. It's a memoir. That's all I know. I kind of just want to go into it without knowing anything. But I also have owned this one before, and again, it sat on my shelf and I wasn't gonna read it like super soon, so had to get rid of it, donate it, and now I bought it again, but it was less than $5, so it's okay. Those were all the books that I got that were $5 or less on my want to read list. So I hope you enjoyed, even though I really have no idea what these books are about, but I hope you enjoyed coming along with me. Speaking of cheap things, sorry, that's the washer going. But speaking of cheap things, I'm gonna go thrifting today. So there may be a thrift haul in your future as well. So stay tuned. I hope you all have a happy day and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.